now, so
Yeah,
you notice I don't have the Gatorade bottle and that stuff anymore. So
that was one of the questions I was going to ask.
I'm trying to get very healthy.
There you go. Now, what's going on with you and TNA? I mean, that's the big question everybody wants to know.
Well, I started this radio show that's on, and every Monday night we do a live podcast or blog talk radio, and TNA has been the kind of up front in our news stories because WWE has been quite subtle lately. I mean, there's not really been a lot happening there other than, some injuries or something like that. There's been no scandalous activity like goes on in TNA where there's all sorts of lawsuits flying around and workman's compensation lawsuits going around, and somebody's wife left somebody and it ended up marrying someone else in the company, and and now these guys are fighting over the wives and all this, and rumors of Dixie Carter and whatever she's been doing down there, and God only knows if I could get it all exposed, they won't talk to us. And it really started over the Hogan deal. I was booked to do the Hogan and Friends thing where we all get together and do the question and answer thing for the fans. It did very well in Vancouver. Sold the place out. And then Bubba the Love Sponge, this radio disc jockey that I could care less about, he's just a walking tub of shit or lard, however you want to put it. This is a family show, right? Well, fuck him. Anyway, he tells Hogan that Hogan doesn't need me on the tour of Hogan and Friends, and if he keeps me on the tour, then he can't put Hogan on the radio anymore, and I can't help promote any of your stuff, Hogan, and I can't help you with a lot of things that I helped you with during your divorce, and you won't be my friend anymore. So Hogan knuckled under, and being the coward that Hogan is, didn't bother to call me himself and say, hey brother, we got a problem, brother. So he had someone else do it, had Jimmy Hart call and say, Hogan's really upset and they're not going to use you anymore on the tour, and Bubba's pulled the plug on you, and Bischoff's pulled the plug on you, and things like that. So I felt really, I wouldn't personally hurt so much as it was a professional kind of a backstab, because personally Hogan and I, we weren't on a personal basis anyway. But professionally, I thought it was not handled properly, and for that reason, then, I thought, I didn't do anything about it. I kept it quiet for until Jimmy Hart gave his notice, and when Jimmy gave his notice and left the company, and when he was actually gone from there, then him and Hogan had a big falling out. As far as I know, he still hasn't talked to Hogan, hasn't answered any of his text messages, nothing. Jimmy just severed his ties with Hogan and Bischoff and said, I'm so happy to be away from these guys now and away from their nonsense. And he went on his merry way, and then I said, do you mind if I go ahead and go after Hogan now? And he said, heck, brother, do what you got to do, and I did. And as far as I'm concerned, Hogan's a low-life piece of dog shit that, he's not man enough to pick up the phone and say, hey, now Bubba's fired from Sirius Radio. He doesn't even have his radio show. He's just a local disc jockey in the Tampa area now. I draw as many people on my Monday night blog talk show as he draws in the Tampa market. So Hogan sacrificed a lot for this Bubba the Love Sponge. And we've had this conversation about Bubba the Love Sponge before. If the fucking guy walked in here right now, I wouldn't know who he was. I wouldn't know who the guy was. I mean, I'd just say, who's this big fat tub of guts over here? Well, it's Bubba the Love Sponge. Oh, really? So, Hogan in the beginning did try to say, Bubba, why don't you guys get together and do something for charity? If you want to fight this guy and he wants to fight you, then you guys get it on down here in Tampa. But Bubba just continued to force the issue, and Hogan, of course, knuckled under like a, he just wrinkled up like a cheap fucking Kmart suit or something.
Why did Bubba even have heat with you in the beginning? Like,
I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't even know why the guy even bothers with me at all. And obviously, it's like Eric Bischoff when he said that the one guy he loved firing the most was me, and why he loved firing me, I have no idea. And why he would then go on the Bubba the Love Sponge show in Tampa radio and say, that honky tonk man, he wouldn't draw flies with a mouthful of shit. Well, I've drawn a lot more and sold a lot more tickets over my career than most of the guys Eric Bischoff has ever tried to promote.
You think Eric has a lot of power in TNA now?
Yes, he does. He has been moved up to, is it executive vice president of programming or something? He's like the, and I think he was given this job by Spike TV, and now they've changed the name to Impact. It's not even TNA anymore. It's Impact Wrestling. They want to show that you can say the word wrestling, where WWE cannot say. They don't say wrestling there anymore. It's just WWE. No wrestling is ever mentioned. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But then TNA tries to jump on. We're going to be Impact Wrestling now. By the time you get this out, I've heard rumors that come August, Hogan's not even going to be around. He's waiting till August, and I think maybe his contract's up, and he's going on his merry way. And as we speak, he's doing a show in just out of Toronto, where he's wrestling for some people up there, and there's supposedly there's a big squabble now, and we'll find out later on. You can edit it in if they did put it on a DVD project, whereas TNA's very upset and said you can't be doing DVD projects for another wrestling company, but you let him go do a television show with midgets. I don't know what the difference is.
And they also let him do the WWE All-Star game.
Yeah, that's a really nice TNA Impact Wrestling contract. Sure, we want to pay you all these millions of dollars, but in the meantime, you can be on the WWE game, and you can be on this television show, and you can create your own television shows, and you can go wrestle for other people when you got a bad back and your back hurts so bad that you can't come around to even be on our show, but yet you tell the world you run TNA. I run TNA, and they asked him the other day on something about one of the fellas there, Jay Lethal, and he says, yeah, Jay Lethal's a great talent, and he's a really good guy. They said, well, you know, he's been fired or quit the company. And Hogan went, no, I didn't know that. Well, if you're running the company, you should fucking know it.
You know, I wanted to ask you about Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against the car dealership.
Yeah, brother, you can't say brother. Oh, where the hell you think that's going, for Christ's sakes? That would be like, you know, me suing you because you got a video out on me and I'm the one that sat here and wouldn't. I mean, I'm doing the video. Why would I? Brother. You can't say brother. Well, I checked with the trademark office because you can do a search there, and I did a search on brother, or the word brother. It doesn't say anything on there where Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, or anybody. Well, it's Bischoff owns all those trademarks now. He signed them over to. Can you believe that? He signed his trademarks over to Bischoff. Who, we don't call him Bischoff, it's Bitchoff. You know, there's one guy there that I don't know if we could coexist, even crossing the street towards each other. I mean, I don't know if we could even coexist. He's that kind of a bad dude. And Hogan said when he, the word was, I don't like all this negativism that Honky Tonk Man's bringing. He's so negative about everything, and I'm so positive now. And, you know, I found the Lord, too. I guess Hogan's found the Lord, and praise the Lord. And he's so negative, and I don't want negative people around me. But the two most negative people he has around him is Bubba the Love Sponge and Eric Bischoff. Now, if those two guys aren't negative, I don't know. The question I would have is, Huck, how do you coexist with Vince Russo? The guy you sued because he called you a bald-headed old son of a bitch? Now, how could you win that lawsuit? And I think we discussed this on one of the other DVDs. Okay, first of all, you are bald-headed. First of all, you're old. And it's a matter of opinion who you ask if they call you a son of a bitch. So,
you talking about Hogan or Eric Sims?
Hogan.
I thought you were talking about Eric Sims for a second.
Oh, no. Eric's okay.
He's bald and old and...
Yeah, but so far Eric's okay. Every number is different for everyone, and here's another rumor. I'll break it here. I understand Hogan was extremely upset when he found out that Sylvester Stallone got 3 times as much money as him for Stallone to come and say 3 minutes worth of an introduction for Hulk Hogan at the Hall of Fame when Hogan got in. Stallone got 3 times the payday, and Hogan was not a happy Hogan brother.